Hi, I'm Andrew Watson from Creative Guitar Studio. It is Friday, November 20th, 2009, and I'm just going through some of my email messages here that have been sent in over the last few days. First thing I wanted to bring up, though, is in the last video we had someone sent in a message to the studio asking me to take a look at a Natalie Imbruglia song compared to a Suzanne Vega tune. One song was called Luca, the other song was called Lucas. They're definitely not the same. They're very different tunes. I'm not sure what person who emailed me was hearing in them, but they're very different songs. There's not much for similarities. I'm going to start going through some questions here. I've got quite a few emails that have come in the last few days. Let's just see what's interesting. Okay, so the first question here is from Michael, and he wrote in, he said, how can I most quickly improve my rhythm guitar skills? Is there a magic bullet? A magic bullet. Well, I guess it's just still a lot of hard work, but there is a good thing that you can do, and that would be basically recording yourself. So get yourself some charts together, maybe grab a real book, or maybe surf the net, find a bunch of your favorite tunes, whether they're pop tunes, country tunes, rock songs, whatever it is. Basically get your chord changes together, learn how the whole structure is oriented, and fire up your recording software and start recording. Recording yourself doing the rhythm tracks for pretty much anything is an excellent exercise. You've basically got that take there that you've got to do to the best of your ability. So, that's sort of the magic bullet. And if you like jazz even better, grab a real book and just go through, there's like over 400 tunes in any of the basic real books. So go through those, start recording though. And dedicate about 4 or 5 days out of your week to doing some solid recording, and it'll really pay off for your rhythm guitar. Okay, next question came to us from Philip, or maybe it's Felipe. Sorry, there's an E at the end there. Anyway, the question is, what is an altered dominant chord? An altered dominant chord, first of all, dominant chord is a chord which has a root, a major third, a fifth, and a flatted seventh degree, or a minor seventh degree. So it's a chord with a major third and a minor seventh, essentially. And what it has added to it is an altered tone, something like maybe a sharp 9, or a flat 9, or a sharp 5, or a flat 5. And you have to remember with the 5s, there's your enharmonic equivalent. So like a sharp 5 is the same thing as a flat 13, and a flat 5 is the same thing as a sharp 11. So basically, you see any of those, flat 9, sharp 9, flat 5, sharp 5, sharp 11, flat 13, any of those chords basically on a dominant, you've got an altered dominant. Okay, let's go to next question here. It is from Russ, and Russ is writing in. He says, I was just laid off from my teaching position at my local music store. Sorry to hear that. I had 16 students, down from last year from 28. The manager of the store gave my students to some other teachers. First, what do you make of this? And second, what should I do with my students? Should I contact my former students and see if they still want to come to see me at my home? I don't know about that one. And third, what advice can you give to me for my future as a guitar teacher? And it says, thank you very much, Russ. Okay, so first of all, what do I make of this? Well, it's a horrible economy. From what I've heard from all the friends I have working in the music stores as either managers or just working in retail, it's not great out there. Most of the stores are taking the approach of let's focus heavily on our repair business, and let's focus quite heavily also on rentals. So repairs and rentals are where a lot of the focus is heading to. I think there's a lot of hoping from the retail end that this Christmas things will pick up a little bit, but I think for the last while sales have been pretty dismal in most of the stores. So that also bleeds over into the teaching world too. We're down a little bit this year from past years, but we're well established. I mean, we've had this business going since 1992, so most people who are quite serious, they come to us. Also, we teach quite a few of the guitar teachers in town, so I mean, we're fairly stable. But I mean, I think a lot of the music stores are just sort of relying on the crowd of kids coming in, where it's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds. Like, we don't even teach those age groups at all here. But if you're relying on those young age groups, I think a lot of families have really cut back in spending. So that's what I make of that. Now, second, you say here, this is an interesting one. Should I contact my former students and see if they want to still come to see me at my home? I would not do that. You know, the students are essentially the property of the store. Most stores even have contracts in place saying, you know, such and such, these students are ours. You know, if you leave or you are let go, you are not to, you know, have any contact with the students after which, and so on and so on. So you may, if you start pursuing the students, you know, word might get out, and you may get some kind of cease and desist thing. Might get kind of nasty from the store. Might create some bad blood there, or you know, may burn a few bridges behind you. So I would say no, don't do it. Just get to work and, you know, start trying to find your own students and teach out of your own house or apartment there. Third, it says here, what advice can you give to me for my future as a guitar teacher? Well, obviously from what you've seen happen, don't get a job again in a music store. You know, if the economy turns sour, things kind of go bad, you know, you basically can lose all of your students. And I mean, with 16 students, so you probably, you know, that the take on 16 students, even if those students are only paying like $20 a lesson, that's a good, you know, it's over $1,000 a month. That's a good take. But you got to, I guess we got to also take into consideration that the store is going to take a chunk of that too. So the store might take, you know, upwards of 40 or even 50% of that, or even, you know, maybe more. I don't know what it's like out there. I'm sort of, you know, I did manage a little bit in my career, but that was like over 12, 15 years ago. So, but anyway, that. I wouldn't go that route of getting involved with music stores. Do it on your own. You know, once you start, you're going to get word of mouth will propel it along, and you know, you don't have to spend that much on advertising. Make posters, put them in records shops, used CD shops, even shops where people sell video games and that. Put up posters, make small flyers, you know, on your home computer. Get on the internet, go to Google, establish a blogger account, make a YouTube account, try, you know, pick up a cheap webcam for $25 and make a few, you know, basic YouTube lessons and try and promote yourself. If you know a little bit about the internet, you can get your blogger account up onto the first page search results, probably for your home city. It's not very difficult to get, if you have a blog or an internet site or something, it's not very difficult to get it to the top 10 of your own hometown. I mean, it would be really different to get the #1 spot worldwide. I mean, that's a whole other game, you know, search engine marketing, or search engine optimization, pardon me. But I mean, like, you know, you can get the word out there is what I'm trying to say. You can even launch a few really, you know, basic classified ads in some of the local newspapers. If you have sort of a secondhand mag, you can, you know, run something in there. You can target also into specific groups. You know, you could get into publications, maybe, you know, next time you go to a dentist, see if there's a dental group that has a publication out. Maybe you can put an ad for your guitar lessons in there. Maybe if you have parents, uncles, aunts or something that work in big businesses, big companies, they always have, you know, interdepartmental forums and stuff, and a lot of people can post sort of classifieds within those groups. There's a lot of ways to do it to pursue students. You know, it doesn't have to be something where you're, you know, you need like a Yellow Pages ad or something where you're going to have to pay $200 a month or something like that. You don't. It doesn't have to be that complex. Advertising on a small scale. I mean, you got to remember you're only trying to pursue maybe 20 students to 25 students, maybe 30 if you're lucky, and it'll grow. You know, that's sort of the start. But I mean, you'll easily, at, you know, at the point of maybe being a year and a half to 2 years into it, I'm sure you'll have like 45, 50 students, and by that time, all the take is yours. You know, if you're charging $20 a lesson, I mean, geez, you're going to be taking home a good, you know, $2,000, $2,500. You know, if you get more students, even you could be making about $3,000 a month doing your teaching. So you combine that with a few gigs here and there, and it should be doing okay. You know, so #1 is just stay away from the music store scene, because I mean, you know, when you're getting students from a store, the students are actually the stores. So when you do get, you know, let go like this, it's a hit. Anyway, I'm gonna have to fly, but I got a recording session I got to get to in about an hour, so I thought I'd just shoot a quick video blog here for the guitar site update here. So thanks for sending in the emails, and I look forward to reading more in the future. Take care, everybody.